So we got a big one tonight. We got a rematch of Super Bowl Eagles and Chiefs in Arrowhead tonight. I gotta say, this is probably, since maybe the hype of the Bengals versus Bills game a few weeks back, this is probably one of the most anticipated games of the year. It's said because just there's been a lot of disappointment this season. I mean, obviously with Rodgers' injury, the Bills being on and off. Now Joe Burrow's injured and done for the season, and so these kind of games don't come that often. You know, not every single week can be a Ravens versus Lions game. Not every single week can be a 49ers versus Chiefs game. Like, it's not going to happen. And so finally, when we have, the Kelsey Bowl happening, it's like, yes, finally, let's get some good football. Even if it's a 15-14 kind of game, because truthfully, it's like, I'd rather watch these two teams battle it out and, have a score of 15-14 versus watching, I don't know, the Browns against the Steelers and 10-13. Like, you see what I mean? Quick prediction that I would have just going into this is, I think unless you're playing Tom Brady, usually the team that lost the Super Bowl wins. I mean, the Rams lost to the Bengals earlier this year. They played a few years back. My prediction for this is I'm leaning towards, like, this is probably going to be a low-scoring game. Like, to say, oh, it's going to be in the 40s. Okay, let's tone it down. I'm leaning towards a 23-27 kind of game. No, 27-24, my bad. And the reason why I say that, this game is going to come down to Jalen Hurts, truthfully, and whether he gets it done or not. Yes, games are won and lost in the trenches, and so I think the Eagles' offensive line is going to have a big say in this game. But it's going to be decided through, is this going to be a 3 touchdowns through the air kind of game for Jalen, or is it going to be 3 on the ground? Now, considering that the weather's pretty bad, it's probably going to be 3 on the ground kind of game. To me, this has the feeling of we're in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs are up 20-24 with maybe a minute and a half left or something. And the Eagles need a long, methodical drive to chew up enough time, but not give too much time on the board back to Kansas City. Field goal does no good. You can't win a game because you're already down by 4. And I have a feeling that Devontae Smith or Jalen Hurts putting in another touchdown on the ground, one of them is going to be the deciding factor. Hell, it could be A.J. Brown for all we know. But I have a feeling that they're going to score a touchdown very late to make it 27-24. And then that Eagles defense is going to come up big, and they're going to stop Patrick Mahomes, whether by a 4th down, turnover on downs, or a missed field goal at the end. That's a crazy prediction. I know Chiefs don't lose very often at home, especially Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't lose in Arrowhead, but I have a feeling that the Eagles have a lot riding on this game. I would say it's a statement win for the Eagles to be like, we kind of got fetched over by the refs in last year's Super Bowl, and so I don't care about records or nothing. Coming off the bye week, whatever, who they've played up to this point, I think the Eagles just get their revenge tonight, simply put. And, that's how I feel about that. So, catch you later.